I thought I had seen it all. After months of exploring the neon streets of Tokyo and the ancient temples of Hanoi, I was convinced nothing could surprise me anymore. But then I landed in Kuala Lumpur, and within my first 24 hours in Malaysia, I experienced something so unexpected, so completely mind-blowing, that I literally had to sit down and rethink everything I thought I knew about traveling in Asia. What happened? Stay with me, because what I'm about to share will change the way you think about Malaysia forever. The moment I stepped out of Kuala Lumpur International Airport, the warm tropical air hit my face like a gentle hug. I had just spent 3 weeks in Japan, where everything was perfectly organized, incredibly expensive, and honestly, a bit exhausting to navigate as a foreigner. Before that, I was in Vietnam, dodging motorbikes and haggling at every street corner. I expected Malaysia to be somewhere in between. I was so wrong. As my taxi drove through the city, I saw something that made my jaw drop. Modern skyscrapers stood right next to colorful temples, and people of different races were walking together, laughing, sharing food. But the real shock came at dinner. I walked into a mamak restaurant and ordered something called roti canai. When it arrived, I took one bite and almost cried. This crispy, flaky flatbread with curry cost me less than $1. In Japan, I was paying $15 for a simple bowl of ramen. I could eat like a king here for the price of a single coffee back home. Hey, quick pause. If you're enjoying this story and want to see more honest travel experiences like this, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I'm building this channel to share real adventures, not the fake perfect Instagram stuff. Your support means the world to me. Now, back to Malaysia. The next morning, I got lost trying to find the Batu Caves. I stopped to ask for directions, and the elderly Chinese uncle I met spoke perfect English. Then a young Malay woman helped me, also in fluent English. Then an Indian shopkeeper gave me directions, again in English. I was shocked. In Japan, I struggled every day with communication. In Vietnam, I needed translation apps for everything. But in Malaysia, almost everyone spoke English naturally. And here's what really blew my mind. Within one single street, I saw a mosque, a Chinese temple, and a Hindu temple standing peacefully side by side. I watched Muslim women in hijabs laughing with Chinese friends, and Indian families celebrating with Malay neighbors. Malaysia has 3 main races living together in harmony, and it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. Japan is mostly Japanese. Vietnam is mostly Vietnamese. But Malaysia is a rainbow of cultures, and that diversity made every moment feel special. Let me talk about money, because this is huge. In Japan, I was spending at least $80 to $100 every single day just on basics. My wallet was crying. Vietnam was cheaper, maybe $30 to $40 a day, but the quality wasn't always great. But in Malaysia, I was living like royalty on $40 a day. Clean, air-conditioned hotels, proper restaurant meals 3 times a day, grab rides everywhere, and still having money left for shopping. A nice meal that would cost $20 in Japan cost only $3 here. The trains were modern and cheap. I could cross the entire city for less than $1. Getting a grab ride across town cost less than $5. I even visited a private doctor when I got sick, got examined, received medicine, and paid only $15 total. In Japan, this would have cost over $100. Malaysia had figured out the perfect balance, Japan's quality at Vietnam's prices. After Kuala Lumpur, I flew to Langkawi Island. The flight cost less than $30. When I landed, I couldn't believe my eyes. White sandy beaches, crystal clear water, and lush green mountains surrounded me. I had been to beaches in Japan, nice but crowded and expensive. I expected Malaysia's islands to be like Thailand's famous islands, beautiful but overrun with tourists. But Langkawi was different. Peaceful, pristine, and still affordable. I rented a scooter for $7 a day and explored hidden waterfalls, secret beaches, and local villages. Every sunset felt like a postcard. Then I visited the Highlands, a mountain region covered in tea plantations. The cool weather, the rolling hills of tea farms, the strawberry gardens, it felt like a completely different country. Malaysia's landscape diversity in one country was unbelievable. As a solo traveler, safety is always on my mind. Japan felt incredibly safe, probably the safest country ever. Vietnam was okay during the day, but I always watched my belongings carefully. Malaysia surprised me by feeling very safe. I walked around Kuala Lumpur at night, took late trains, talked to strangers, and never once felt threatened. When I accidentally left my phone in a restaurant, the staff ran after me to return it. But beyond safety, I discovered real authenticity here. I found amazing street art in Penang that rivaled anything in Europe. I discovered Malacca's unique mix of Portuguese, Dutch, and British colonial architecture. I stumbled upon night markets selling everything from local crafts to delicious street food. I visited firefly sanctuaries where thousands of fireflies lit up the night like Christmas lights. These weren't touristy shows. These were real parts of Malaysian culture that locals actually enjoyed too. But you know what truly blew my mind about Malaysia? The people. In Japan, people were polite but distant. In Vietnam, people were friendly but sometimes too pushy trying to sell things. Malaysian people were different. They were genuinely warm, curious, and hospitable without wanting anything in return. Random strangers invited me to their homes for dinner. Shop owners spent 30 minutes just chatting with me about life. Young people were excited to show me their favorite local spots. I made real friends in Malaysia, not just tourist acquaintances. The Malaysian spirit of hospitality is real. One family I met invited me to their Hari Raya celebration, and I spent an entire evening eating homemade food, learning about their traditions, and feeling like part of their family. These people made me feel like I belonged, even if just for a few weeks. Another surprise was how modern Malaysia is. I expected a developing country similar to Vietnam, but what I found was a nation perfectly balanced between tradition and future. The internet was fast everywhere, even in small towns. Cashless payment worked perfectly. I could pay with my phone almost anywhere. The public transportation was clean and efficient. Shopping malls were massive and modern, with prices so much lower than Japan. I bought quality clothes and electronics for half the price I'd pay back home. The infrastructure was excellent: smooth roads, organized systems, English signage everywhere. Malaysia had somehow achieved this perfect balance between being affordable and being modern, which I didn't think was possible until I experienced it myself. I need to come back to food because it deserves its own moment. Malaysia's food scene is unlike anywhere else in the world. Where else can you eat Korean bibimbap, Japanese sushi, Chinese dim sum, Indian biryani, and authentic Malay cuisine all in the same day, all delicious, all incredibly cheap? The food courts in Malaysian malls are better than expensive restaurants in other countries. I tried nasi lemak for breakfast, char kway teow for lunch, and satay for dinner, all for less than $10 combined. The variety came from Malaysia's multicultural society. Malay cooking techniques mixed with Chinese ingredients and Indian spices created flavors I'd never tasted before. And unlike Vietnam, where I sometimes worried about food safety, Malaysia's food was always clean and safe. Street food was properly regulated, restaurants were hygienic, and I never once got sick from eating. So let me be clear about why Malaysia blew my mind compared to Vietnam and Japan. Japan is amazing, but it's exhausting and expensive. Everything is perfect, but that perfection comes at a price, both financially and mentally. The pressure to follow rules, to be quiet, to not disturb anyone, it wore me down. Vietnam is exciting and cheap, but it's chaotic and can be overwhelming. The constant noise, traffic, and hustle culture made me tired. Malaysia sits perfectly in the middle. It has Japan's organization and cleanliness without the stress and high cost. It has Vietnam's affordability and warmth without the chaos. Plus, it has something neither country has: incredible diversity. In Malaysia, I experienced Asian, Indian, Middle Eastern, and Western influences all blended together beautifully. It's truly Asia in one country. Here's my honest conclusion after traveling through Vietnam, Japan, and Malaysia. If you want perfection and don't mind paying premium prices, go to Japan. If you want adventure and don't mind some chaos, go to Vietnam. But if you want the best of both worlds, modern comfort with authentic culture, amazing food at low prices, diverse experiences in one place, genuine hospitality, and incredible value for money, Malaysia is your answer. This country doesn't get enough attention in the travel world. And honestly, maybe that's a good thing because it keeps it authentic and uncrowded. But I'm telling you right now, Malaysia deserves to be on every traveler's list. It's the hidden gem of Southeast Asia that will blow your mind just like it blew mine. And I'm already planning my next trip back because one visit wasn't nearly enough to explore everything this incredible country has to offer. Remember to like, subscribe, and share if this inspired you to visit Malaysia.